Tom, why did you leave without me? Today is Hannah's funeral, isn't it? I thought we were going together.
Plans changed. Please, do not come to my sister's funeral.
What?
Just stay at home, okay?
What's going on? Why can't I go to the funeral? I was close to your sister. Let me have this one last goodbye, please.
I don't have time for this. For God's sake, don't step out of the house and lock the door.
I don't understand. What on earth is going on?
My sister left a letter for the family.
A letter?
In that letter, apparently, she mentioned you.
Mentioned me about what?
In the letter, she mentioned that you were the reason she felt like she couldn't go on.
What?
She wrote that you repeatedly harassed her.
No way. I would never do that. We were as close as real sisters. We even had lunch together just last week.
I know. I can't believe it either. But the letter says you said hurtful things that made her depressed. She even mentioned that she thought it was better to leave this world than to deal with a mean sister-in-law like you. I didn't know she was going through something like that.
Hurtful things? Does it say what I said?
Yes. Apparently, you told my infertile sister about some insensitive things. She wrote that you said you work at daycare. So you understand the preciousness of children. You think her inability to bear children makes her feel like a failure as a woman. You even questioned her. What's the point of living in this world if she can't experience motherhood? My sister was deeply affected by your words. And as a result, she made the tragic decision to end her own life.
Oh, wait a minute. Hannah was infertile?
You didn't know?
No. She never told me. We never talked about it.
I see.
Even if I knew she was infertile, I wouldn't say something like that, and you know that.
Yeah, that's right. But it was written in the letter.
It was handwritten?
No, it was printed out and placed on her bed.
There's a possibility that somebody else made it, don't you think?
What? Who would do such a thing?
I don't know, but...
Don't tell me you suspect Hannah's husband. They were a happy couple. I don't think he would do such a thing.
I don't think he did it either.
Anyway, until we understand what's going on, please, stay at home.
But I want to attend the funeral.
No. If you came here now, I don't know what my mom would do to you.
Your mom? Why?
Mom totally believes what was written in that letter. She thinks she lost her daughter because of you.
Oh no.
Just a few minutes ago, she was holding a kitchen knife, screaming she would seek revenge on you. Judging from that, if you come, she might really hurt you. Just please stay at home for now.
What? I don't understand what's happening, but okay, I'll stay home. How dare you take my daughter's life? I'll never forgive you. Meryl, you're misunderstanding. If this was going to happen, I shouldn't have let you and Tom marry. I never liked you from the beginning. You never took good care of my son. Since you mentioned your love for working with children at the daycare, I thought you would be a perfect wife for my son. But you've entirely betrayed me. Behind my back, you've been insidiously harassing my daughter."
That is not true. We were really good friends. You know that, right?
"It was all a fake, huh?"
What?
My daughter was always the kind and quiet type of person. Even when she had problems, she tended to keep them to herself and bottle them up inside. And finally, she must have reached her breaking point, deciding to end her life. It's all your fault.
But I never harassed her or anything.
I don't want to hear any excuses. You used my daughter as your punching bag to relieve your stress, didn't you?
Why should I do that?
I don't know, you tell me. I hear there are a lot of kids with behavior problems at daycare centers these days. Your claim of liking children seems doubtful. You probably yell at the children at work all the time. I suspect you use yelling to make them obey you.
Meryl?
Am I right?
No, it's not that.
Anyway, I'll send you to hell for what you did to my daughter.
Wait a minute. Please, calm down.
Do you think I can stay calm after losing my precious daughter?
Oh, Meryl, I am really sorry. Hold on, I have to get the door.
See? Excuses again. You'll pay for what you've done yourself. Be prepared. Hey, Sandra. I'm sorry. I went too far earlier.
No, don't worry about it.
I'm sorry. I'm not in the right state of mind after my daughter's passing. I'm sorry I said such horrible things.
So do you believe me that I didn't do anything?
No.
What?
The fact remains that you're the reason my daughter is no longer with us.
That's not true.
Of course, you wouldn't want to admit it, right? Eventually, the police will catch up to you. And naturally, you'll lose your job. Tom will divorce you too.
What? Police? It's crazy, I didn't do anything.
But it's clearly written in my daughter's letter. It says it was all your fault.
What's written in the letter is a lie.
So you're saying my daughter is a liar? Oh my goodness. You're the worst kind of person.
No, it's not that.
But you know what? I can change your fate.
What?
I still cannot forgive you for what you did. But technically, you're still my daughter-in-law. And you're still in your 20s. It's too bad that you're going to be an ex-convict. You wouldn't want to live a miserable life, would you? If you show sincerity to me, I'll keep it a secret.
Are you asking for hush money?
Exactly. How about $100,000?
You want me to pay $100,000 to you?
No. I want you to pay $100,000 to each of the relatives who know about this.
What? That's impossible. I can't pay that much money.
Then you'll go to jail.
That won't happen.
Oh, really? If we take that letter to the police, they'll start investigating you.
I'll expose the lie before that happens.
What do you mean?
We were good friends, always treating each other like real sisters. That's why I'll never forgive the person who drove her to this.
What are you talking about? You're the one who drove my daughter to this.
It wasn't me. It was you.
Excuse me? Are you out of your mind? Why would I, her mother, do such a terrible thing? I already know everything. What do you mean? You're the one who drove her to disappear from this world.
It's all your fault.
You're trying to blame me for this?
That's my line.
Shut up. Just because you don't want to pay me? Stop trying to blame me like this. I have a letter written by my daughter. It clearly states that you harassed my daughter.
I have the real letter.
What?
My mother has always been cold to me. She used to say I'm ugly and that she regrets giving birth to me. I've always been hurt. When she found out I was infertile, she became even colder and wouldn't even look me in the eye.
No way.
Even when I tried to talk, she always ignored me. Every night I received hurtful messages about being infertile. Eventually, I was told my life is worthless. It's painful just being alive.
Stop!
My husband seems busy with work, so I can't talk to him about it. When I messaged my father, I found out I was blocked.
Wait, that's the same one I found.
It seems like my loving father now hates me because of my infertility. I feel like a burden. I'm worthless and shouldn't even be alive.
Stop it!
I thought there was no way her father would block her. So I asked him just now. Then he said he never blocked her daughter. You did, didn't you?
Shut up! Just stop it already.
And there's more. My mother sent me a message saying I shouldn't have been born and that I should disappear from this world. Even after blocking her, she tries every way to reach me just to say hurtful things. I think she won't stop until I disappear.
Enough already.
How can you say such horrible things to your own daughter? Breaks my heart to know she was bearing it all alone.
Why do you have that? I ripped it to shreds and threw it away.
So it was you after all.
That's...
This morning, I received a letter from her. Remember earlier when I mentioned that I had to get the door? Well, it was the mail carrier.
What's going on? Why would my daughter send you a letter?
According to the letter that I received, you often visited your daughter's house unexpectedly. She thought you might be the first to discover her body, and that you might try to conceal the letter. So she sent it to me just to be sure. It seems she knew what you might do.
Damn it! I thought she was dumb, but I guess she used her little brain at last.
What? How can you say that after someone took their own life?
I didn't take her life, right? It was her decision. It's not my fault.
Don't you realize you did something terrible?
Not really. I always thought my daughter was a failure.
What?
She doesn't have a face or personality like me at all. She's slow and cries easily, you know. Just looking at her makes me irritated. But I could forgive her if she gave birth to a cute grandchild. But she couldn't have children no matter how long we waited. What kind of daughter is that? Such a failure.
What? That's what you think about your daughter?
To be honest, I'm glad she's gone. But when I saw that letter, I was so shocked. She blamed me for everything in the end. Such an ungrateful daughter.
So you covered up the letter so you could get away with it?
Yes. I thought I could enjoy my old age without that annoying daughter. But if such a letter is left behind, I'll look like a villain.
That's a terrible thought, but there's no escaping it now. I have the real letter with me.
I don't know about that. If you claim that the letter was fabricated by me and you have the real letter, then what? After all, it's a printed letter. It's impossible to know who wrote it. I have the proof that the letter you have is fake. What? You mentioned earlier that I work at daycare, right? Yes, so what? You work at a daycare, don't you? No, I don't. I work at a kindergarten. I'm not a daycare worker, I'm a kindergarten teacher. Aren't they basically the same thing? They sound similar, but they're not the same. So, what's your point? There was the same mistake in the letter. What? It seems I was written as a daycare worker in the printed letter. I often talked to Hannah about my work, so she knew I was a kindergarten teacher. Of course, she knows the difference between daycare and kindergarten. There's no way she would make such a basic mistake. Oh, with that small mistake you accusing me that I made up the letter? Even if you report me to the police, they'll just laugh and send you away. I guess so. And even if you used the letter to blame me and report me to the police, I don't think they would actually arrest me. Oh, really? Then why don't you go tell everybody that I made up the letter? Do you think my relatives will believe you? They've known me for a long time, unlike someone like you who married into this family recently. Of course they'll believe me. I never intended to rely on the police from the beginning, because I can seek revenge without involving the police. Revenge? You're going to hurt me? Oh, I wouldn't do such a thing. I'm not like you. What? Do you know that nowadays you can share your phone screen online? What's that supposed to mean? I mean, my phone screen is broadcasting our conversation online to your husband's phone. What did you say? Right now, your husband, Anna's husband, and all our relatives are reading this. What? No way. You're joking, right? No, it's true. That's ridiculous. What? Oh no. What should I do? What do you think will happen if your husband, who loved your daughter, finds out the truth? Oh no. He'll divorce me. Of course. What have you done? I'm a housewife. I don't think I could survive if I got divorced. I don't care about that. What? Your daughter lost her life. And all you care about is yourself? But why do you think she never spoke about you to anyone until the end? Maybe because she didn't want to feel ashamed of infertility and didn't want to make her mother the villain. If that's the case, why reveal it in the end? She could have kept it to herself forever. She never wanted to reveal it, but she wrote the letter to disclose everything to prevent me from becoming the next target. You're the kind of scum who would tell me that a woman who can't have children is worthless. If I can't have children like her, she thought you would harass me the way you harassed her. That's why she decided to write a letter. No way. When she was alive, she told me about you. She said she wasn't loved by you, but she said she was grateful to have been born. If she hadn't been born, she wouldn't have met her husband or me. That's why she didn't hate you. Do you have any idea how she felt when she wrote that letter? You have no idea, right? You're an irredeemable scumbag. You should pay for your sins with your life. Don't you disrespect me like that. I'm sure your husband and all the relatives watching this conversation feels the same way. Honey, Everything is all a lie. This woman orchestrated everything.
It's too late to say such things now. No one would believe you.
Oh, please. I'm pretty sure my husband wanted to see the grandchild too. He always talked about it. Why am I the bad guy here?
You're the only one who would harass someone suffering from infertility by calling them a failure.
But... That's right. What about Hannah's husband? He must regret marrying an infertile wife. He should understand how I feel.
Are you serious? He's furious with you right now.
What?
He says he'll never forgive you. Even if you try to run away, he'll chase you down no matter what. He said he'll make sure to make your life a living hell until your last breath.
Oh, Lord. I'm scared.
You know what? Hannah's husband has a lot of connections. He knows people from all over the world, especially the kind you wouldn't want to mess with. You might experience terrible situations then, just dealing with the police.
No way. Is he trying to use his connection to punish me?
It's going to be a fun old age for you. Well then, repent in hell while you're still alive. Goodbye.
Please, forgive me. I'm sorry. Please help me. Please.
When I went to the funeral home, Meryl was already gone. When I asked my husband, he told me that unknown men came, took Meryl with them, and drove off. Nobody looked for her after, and the funeral was done without her. I have no idea what happened to Meryl after that. Hannah's husband told us that Meryl is still alive somewhere, but he never told us other details. I have Hannah's favorite picture hanging in my house. Every morning, before heading to work, I greet her. She's always smiling kindly in the photo. And seeing that smile gives me the motivation to do my best each day. I believe she's watching over us from heaven. And I'm determined to live my life to the fullest in her honor.
Serena, I have something important I need to tell you.
What is it, Brie?
I have a new boyfriend.
Really? But when did you break up with your boyfriend? Was it Tom? You change boyfriends so often, I can't keep up.
But this time, I think you'll really be surprised. In fact, I'm 100% sure it'll blow you away.
I'm intrigued. Your new boyfriend's really that great?
He is. Because, well, my new boyfriend is Brent.
Brent? Do you mean...
That's right. Your fiancé, Brent.
Are you for real?
Yes, it's true. Are you surprised?
Are you telling me that you stole my fiancé?
I'm so glad I surprised you. I couldn't wait to tell and see how you would react.
I don't understand. Brie, aren't we friends?
Yes, we are. We've been BFFs since high school.
I knew you were a two-faced slut who liked to steal other people's boyfriends. But we've remained friends because I thought you would change one day.
Didn't you know that I stole your boyfriend in high school? And that IT guy you were serious about a few years ago.
What? Are you serious?
When I see what my friends have, I can't help it. I want it for myself. But with Brent this time, you were engaged to him, and yet I was able to steal him from you. I figured I should let you know what's going on. Aren't I just the kindest person?
I wouldn't call that kind.
So, I guess your engagement is off, and you two aren't getting married anymore.
I can't believe it. He's a jerk, but you're an even bigger jerk.
But I'm your best friend. You should be happy for me.
I'll never be happy for you. Don't contact me ever again.
If Brent and I get married, I'll be sure to let you know. And Serena, you're so pretty. I'm sure there's a great guy for you. I'm praying for you. If you ever need advice or someone's shoulder to cry on, I'm here for you. After all, we're best friends.
Be quiet.
Hello, Serena. How have you been?
Who is this? Ooh, how cold.
We've been best friends for over 10 years, and this is how you greet me? I'm sad.
We aren't best friends. What do you want?
I have something really important I want to tell you, Serena.
I'm not interested. I'm sure it's something stupid.
Don't say that. Shouldn't you be happy that your best friend made an effort to get in touch with you after our long silence?
I'm not happy. We aren't best friends or even friends anymore. Actually, I'm really busy, so please don't contact me anymore.
Don't say that. I wanted to tell you that I'm getting married to Brent, your ex-fiancé.
Is that so? Well, congratulations then.
Is that all? Can't you be more happy for us? Legally, we're already married, but our wedding ceremony and all is next week. Oh, I wanted to apologize that I didn't invite you, Serena.
No worries. I wouldn't have gone even if you had invited me. So there's no reason for you to apologize for that.
Come on, that's not how you really feel. I know, deep down, you want to be at the wedding. Though I think you want to be the bride standing next to Brent, right?
That's not how I feel. Anyhow, are we done? If there's nothing else, I need to get going. Like I said, I'm busy.
It's just, everyone's busy. Most of the people I invited cannot attend. So, I won't mind if you came to the wedding.
Excuse me? How dare you patronize me? I'm definitely not going to your wedding.
I don't know why our friends from high school can't come. It's really a mystery.
It doesn't concern me, and I'm not going.
Is it because you still have feelings for Brent?
Of course not.
Oh, then there's no problem. Don't worry. I'll make Brent happy. It's your best friend's wedding! You could be more excited for us.
Well, actually, I'm worried if you'll be okay.
Huh? What do you mean?
I'm sure you know everything about Brent. And knowing all of that, I have to applaud you for still wanting to marry him.
What do you mean? Know everything about Brent?
Well, like his cheating habit. It really bothered me when I was engaged to him, but I really loved him. So I told myself he would stop once we got married. I really wanted to marry him back then. But when I found out he cheated on me with you, I had enough and knew it wouldn't work out.
What do you mean? Brent is faithful. I'm sure he found you really boring. That's why it was so easy to lure him away, so we could be together.
If that's what you want to think, go ahead. But you know, Bree, he messes around with many girls.
Huh?
He posts all these pictures on Instagram. Everyone knows what a player he is.
Brent has an IG account? I didn't know.
Brent probably thought I didn't know either. I still check his IG from time to time and see his latest conquests. I don't think it'll ever end, to be honest.
I don't know anything about that. I'm sure you're lying.
And I know you cheated on him as well.
Excuse me.
I heard you hooked up with Michelle's boyfriend. All our friends know this, and that's why they're avoiding you.
Really? And why do you know this?
All of our friends from high school know. We text each other about Brent's newest girl, and the poetic justice in the boyfriend stealer being duped by the boyfriend she stole.
What? Everyone is laughing at my misfortune behind my back?
Well, it really doesn't concern me. And you aren't in a position to get upset at Brent's affairs. You're cheating on him as well.
Is that why everyone has ghosted me? Is that why they won't come to my wedding?
I'm sure everyone has just blocked your number. But that isn't the only reason they're not attending your wedding.
What do you mean? What other reason could there be?
We're all in Paris at the moment.
What? Paris? Why? Are you on a vacation together?
They're here for my wedding.
Your wedding? I don't understand.
I'm getting married in Paris.
I don't believe it. I thought you're still in love with Brent.
Oh, no way. I mean, I was upset at what you did, Bree. But Brent and I were approaching the end of our relationship. And now I rarely think about him. Except that I'm so happy we broke up when we did.
Are you marrying someone even better than Brent? How did you find an even better guy than Brent?
First of all, Brent isn't a really great catch.
Huh?
I'll admit he's good looking and rather sweet, but he's unfaithful and a total womanizer. He hooks up with his friends' girlfriends, and as a result has very few friends left. His job is rather mundane, and it's not like he's powerful, rich, or anything. He's not a great catch or anything.
How dare you say that about him? He's my husband, remember?
Oh, that's right. I apologize. You guys have already turned in the paperwork and everything. Brent contacted me numerous times, begging me to take him back. But I'm happy I ignored all his texts.
What? Brent wanted to get back together with you?
I hate to say it, but he texted me a lot. To be honest, he became a nuisance. He told me that though he likes to play around, the only one he wanted to marry was me. As if I wanted to marry a two-timer like him.
You're lying. He married me. That makes Brent mine and only mine, right?
Michelle was looking at Brent's IG earlier today, and he posted a picture of a pair of champagne glasses with a view of a bed in the background last night.
Last night? He told me he was working late.
Didn't look like work. Anyhow, it doesn't concern me. Sorry if I said something that was none of my business. I wouldn't really worry about it. After all, you're going to make Brent happy, right?
Wait, are you telling me the truth? I mean, we're legally married. We're living together. You wouldn't cheat if you're living together, right?
Why don't you ask him? But remember, you were unfaithful to him as well. Maybe he found out. In any case, you're married now, so I would tread carefully. And most importantly, I'm happy now, so please don't bother me anymore.
My wedding. It's next weekend. And for my friends, practically none of them are attending. Everyone is busy, or so they say. Can you please convince them to come?
Practically none of your friends. Oh, that's really sad.
It's a really big church, so it'll be awkward if there are only a few people from my side. I feel really bad I didn't invite you, Serena. But of course you can come. So will that make us even?
I told you I was not going to your wedding. Plus, I'll still be on my honeymoon in France next weekend. So there's no way I'll be there. And all our friends said they won't be there as well.
But why? We're all friends. And Serena, you're my best friend.
Bree, you're the only one who thinks that. With all the boyfriend stealing you do, honestly, who would want to stay friends with you? And we all think it's a matter of time before you and Brent divorce. Why would anyone want to buy a wedding gift for a couple whom we know will divorce?
Well, how do you know we're going to divorce?
You recently got married and both of you have already had affairs. Only a fool would think that the two of you are going to live happily ever after. I'm going to do my best to not end up like you two. My lawyer fiancé and I will live happily ever after.
Lawyer? Well, how dare you marry someone with a high-paying job like a lawyer?
I chose him because he's a great guy, not because of his profession or salary. I'm not you. I don't steal my friends' boyfriends just because I want them for myself. I'm not a nightmare like you.
You didn't have to say all of that. Please, come to my wedding. You don't need to buy me a wedding gift.
Thanks for the invitation, but I deeply regret that I am unable to attend. I wish you all the best with your two-timing scumbag husband. And never contact me ever again. When Brent came home that night, Bree confronted him about his affairs. He readily admitted that he had been seeing other women. However, Brent had proof Bree was cheating on him as well. He threatened to sue her if she filed for a divorce. Unable to get a divorce, they went ahead with the wedding ceremony as planned. And as expected, there were many empty seats on the bride's side, making it very awkward. Bree's friends cut off all contact with her, so she had no one who would hear her side of the story. At the end, Bree and Brent filed for divorce 6 months after they got married, making everyone wonder why they got married in the first place.